Hi, this is Veronica Brosher, mental health counselor, and this is my first Facebook Live video. So let me know if you would like more of these in the comments and maybe what topics you would like to hear more about, and who knows, maybe I'll try it again. We'll see. So what I would like to talk about today, here it is January, a snowy day. I love snow. I know most people don't, but the snow kind of settles us in, slows us down, kind of makes me want to cozy up with some hot tea and a blanket, and I get thinking about rest and how we need rest in our lives. And so I thought that's what I would talk about today. We've just gotten through the holidays, and the holidays can be very difficult, and there's a lot that we talk about with the holidays and how to get through them and what can be hard about them. And so we've just gotten through that, but here we are on this snowy day, and what happens then? What about after the holidays? What's that like for you, and what is it you need? And so what I find is really helpful for me in my daily practice, and in a lot of clients that I see, is some form of mindfulness or meditation, just to kind of give ourselves some space in our day. To not be worried about the future, to not be thinking about the past and all the mistakes that we've made, but just to be very present with ourselves and what we're feeling. And that can be a pretty hard practice. We live in a society that is very focused on productivity and accomplishing a lot, and we feel good about ourselves when we are accomplishing great things. And rest is the opposite of that. And rest can be very difficult for that reason. We feel like we're wasting our time. We feel like it's really not accomplishing anything. And that's really hard. The other thing that's really hard about rest is when we first do it, things that bubble up to the surface are not necessarily pleasant things. They're those hard things that we've been avoiding, that we've been covering up with busyness and the productivity and name your favorite hobby that you use, maybe to avoid feeling some things. And not that there's anything wrong with hobbies, but when we have no space, those feelings that we naturally feel get buried down. And so when we take a minute just to come back to breathing, or just to do nothing but just to rest, and to allow ourselves to just be in the moment and experience whatever it is we want to experience, there can be some unpleasant things that rise to the surface. And what do we do with that? Some of us might say, rest doesn't work. I didn't feel good after it was over. In fact, I felt worse. I felt like all these negative feelings came to the surface. And that's exactly what needs to happen. We all are going to feel negative feelings, sadness, loneliness, anger, in our daily lives. We live in a difficult, broken world, and sad and hard things are going to happen to us. And those feelings are natural and necessary for us to get through our life. And so when we continually just move forward and push on and ignore those feelings, they get shoved down in there and covered over with our busyness. When we take time to rest, and to allow ourselves that space, those are exactly the things that are going to come up for us. And so that's a natural part of the process. And so I would just like to encourage you today to take some time during this winter season to rest, to really pay attention to what's going on inside you, to just breathe slower, and to accept all the feelings that come up for you as you do that. And even if it's not a pleasant experience at first, just accept those feelings that come up as normal and natural. Be curious about them, pay attention to them, and let them go. And realize that that's okay, that that's what that rest experience was like for you that day, that you felt some things that were hard, and that you still got through it. And that's kind of what winter represents to me, a time where I can slow down, slow my pace down. Just got through the busy holidays, and now I can just take a little extra time today to rest. So let me know if rest is a part of your day, if rest is important to you, and what that experience is like for you. I would love to hear from you. Thanks.